Hey, good afternoon, Mr. Bynum.
How you doing?
Good to see you.
Good to see you also.
Welcome back to our fifth session, and glad to see you. I just want to hear from you today and see how things have been going. How's your week been?
It's been a little rough.
Been a little rough?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to make it from day to day.
Okay.
Got my ups and downs.
Okay. What's causing your week to be so rough?
Well, just trying to make it through school. And didn't seem like things were working out right. Seemed like everybody around me is a little faster than me.
Okay.
A little more intelligent than I am.
Okay. So, what are you experiencing in school?
Well, I guess it's a type of anxiety of not being able to finish my work.
Okay.
And making a grade that I expected.
Okay. So you mentioned something about not being able to finish your work. Have you spoken to your teacher about it?
Well, I've asked teachers to slow down several times.
Okay. And what was her response?
Well, I didn't think that it was a positive response. It wasn't a verbal response. It was more of actions speak louder than words, and so it didn't slow down.
So you felt like she kind of brushed you off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't like that feeling, so it kind of made me upset.
Okay. So how many times did you attempt to speak to her?
On a couple of occasions, and I think that was good enough.
Okay. All right. Now,
get my point across.
Okay. You mentioned about how you feel, as far as everybody being able to accomplish their work faster than you, and why do you feel like that?
Well, I feel like that because of my past, my history, that certain things have happened, mentally, that causes me to be slower than other people, and maybe some drug affiliation, things of that nature, has killed some of my brain cells to the point where, maybe I can't think as fast as other people. I need time to process things through my brain.
Okay. Well, you mentioned that you think you may not think as fast as other people. Now, how well do you do in the class?
I get an A.
You have an A in the class? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, if you have an A, that sounds like someone who's doing pretty good. So, what are these feelings of you feeling like you can't do as well as everybody else, and yet your grade is an A?
Well, I think that it seems like the responses that come out from other students are a lot quicker than my responses. I have to do a lot of thought process first before I can get any response out. And my making an A is not a reflection of retaining the information, but it may be just to repeat the information again on a piece of paper for the time being.
Okay. Well, have you considered, perhaps the process of you thinking things through before you say it can actually be a good thing for you?
Yes, but I also think there's a saying that we used in the street, you think long, you think wrong.
Okay, well, in a classroom, that may be a good thing, though, because sometimes we perhaps need to think things through and say the correct thing. And even if you say something and it's not necessarily correct, doesn't mean that's bad as well. But I do think there's a benefit in you being able to think things through. And perhaps maybe that's even the result why you have an A in the class. Maybe you spend a lot of time, and I'm assuming that you do because you have an A, that you spend a lot of time making sure things are done correctly and you're seeming to think things through.
Well, I guess that's the way to look at it. I guess I have high expectations of myself, and I guess I have high expectations of myself, and I compare myself with other people.
Okay.
And it seems to me that other people are doing better. They may be. You can be smarter than another person and not make a good grade. You can be quicker than another person and not make a good grade, because you just didn't apply yourself. And you can find someone that's not as smart that is trying to do the very best they can and they are making a good grade only because they're going above and beyond, you know, what the smarter person is doing. You know, the smarter person is just not applying themselves. That doesn't make them. It doesn't mean that that I am smarter than they are. You know, and or fast as they are as far as processing thought. You know, so I think that I have a problem in processing thought as quickly as I want to.
Okay. Now, what do you're based in your ability to process your thought on your ability to respond in class.
Right.
Okay. Now, outside of class, do you see the effects of that? What are some of the effects of you in your everyday life when you are faced with different situations outside of class? Do you see your thinking, your processing, you're taking your time? Has that served you as a benefit, or has it served you as something that is causing you to continually make mistakes?
Well, I wouldn't go as far as making a mistake, but I would say that it has held up a lot of things.
Okay.
You know, case in point, say if someone comes to my house they want to sell a product.
Okay.
I'm not going to make a decision right away. I need to think it through. They may want me to make a decision today, but I can't.
Okay.
I need to think it all the way through.
Okay. Now, I want you to think about this. Even though you feel like you're not making decisions fast enough, do you believe that perhaps this has kept you as well from making a lot of other wrong decisions that you would ultimately regret?
I guess probably.
Okay. So there's some benefit in that.
If I know how to balance it.
Okay.
Maybe
Okay.
that's the problem. I don't know how
Okay.
to balance it.
Okay. Now, one of the things I want you to see is that your ability to process things and take your time is not necessarily a bad thing, but it can actually play out for your benefit. Now, what I think you can do that will probably help you is to just write some of the things out before, the class discussions, and think about those things. And so if the question ever arises again, you can immediately put your hand up and express your feelings. Okay? So maybe some beforehand reasoning and writing down your thoughts will help you to speed the process up in displaying your answers into the classroom. Now, what are some of the things you like to do?
What, outside of?
Yeah.
I like exercise.
You like exercise?
Yeah, I like exercise.
Okay.
And I like playing sports.
Okay. You like exercising and playing sports. Now, what far as exercise, do you like to weight lift? Are you a bodybuilder? What do you like to do?
Well, I like doing a little weightlifting.
Okay.
Getting outside,
Okay.
in the open.
Okay. Now,
I like that.
what about the? You said you like to play sports. What are some of the sports that you like to play?
I like playing basketball.
You play basketball.
I'm no good at it, but I like playing it.
Okay. Okay. Now, go ahead.
No, I like a little baseball.
Baseball.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you any good at baseball?
I'm a little good.
Okay.
I'm better at baseball than I am at basketball.
All right. Well, that's good. Okay. Well, baseball consists of some quick thinking, don't you think?
You got to swing the bat.
Yeah, and especially when he throws the ball,
Right.
you definitely have to think quick to hit the ball, right? So the different activities that you are playing and that you like to do shows that it calls for some quick thinking, and your ability to play those games, especially baseball, shows that you have the ability to think quickly. As you can see. So perhaps you can try some of that this week. What I want you to do is there a baseball league around the area?
Yes, I believe it is. Some churches around here have baseball leagues.
Okay, all right. Well, I want you to get involved in one.
All right.
All right? Can you do that? And how soon do you think you can do that?
In a few weeks.
In a few weeks. All right. About a month? Less than a month?
About a month.
About a month? Okay. Now, what I want you to do is join a league. And now, do you think that will help you also in relieving some of the stress and the anxiety that you were also having?
Well, I think it will. I don't know if it relates to my quick thinking in school or not.
Okay.
Because you're talking about a situation that I'm used to, that I do often, and I know the results are going to be in sports versus something that comes up in school that I never heard of before.
Okay.
And then I have to think about that, process that. I don't have to process hitting the ball.
Right. Okay.
Not anymore. Maybe
Okay.
when I first started learning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what I want you to see is a parallel between the two. And the parallel is, if you have the ability to hit the ball without thinking much, and it just comes naturally, I believe you can do the same thing with your classes. You could come to a point where you can be on top of things and just answer things without necessarily taking so long. Now, before I move on, let me ask you this point. Do you do any reading before class on your subjects?
Yes, I do.
You do? Okay. Do you read the entire chapter? You just
No.
read? Okay. Maybe that will help you if you read the entire chapter,
Okay.
and that way you can know beforehand some of the things that the teacher is going to bring up in class, and you can process them ahead of time. So when the time comes, you can give an answer because you've already spent the time thinking about it.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so I think you can implement some reading ahead of time that will help you
Okay.
in this situation.
All right. Now,
All right,
try that.
and I think you can do it. All right.
All right.
So let me know next week
Okay.
and how things are going. Let me try that, and I'll see you again in our next counseling
All
session.
right, Bob.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.